Hi everybody, so we're back with chapter 3 of the Altar Ice Horse story. Are you awake? Finally. I hear a soft voice calling me. I feel someone caressing my arm and my heart races. It's Selonqua, my sweetheart, the girl I have loved for so long and to whom I have never been able to admit my feelings. I think I'll continue pretending to be asleep. Fingers run over my stomach and tickle me until I open my eyes and begin to laugh. Laughter that turns to a cry. Ouch. Oh, I'm sorry, says Sunkula apologetically. I'd forgotten you were broken. Images of my fall and my rescue come back to me in a blur. Am I in hospital? No, I recognize the walls and wooden, felt covered lattices of yurt, the hangings with the colourful geometric patterns, and the smell of horghog with vegetables and lamb which is bubbling on the hob. My stomach gurgles impatiently. Oh, it's not too bad. It could have been worse, I say, lifting my hands and finding them bandaged. You got off lightly, according to the travelling doctor. Just a few cracked ribs. But with your frostbite, unfortunately, you won't be able to use a keyboard with your fingers anymore, or with your toes. Sankala pulls a mirror from her backpack and moves it over my body like a scanner. I examine the extent of the damage. Bandages around my torso for the cracked ribs, hands and feet swandled like infants, and my face a mess of black, purple, and yellow bruises. I don't look pretty. I change the subject. My brother, Altar, they're fine and can't wait to see you. And as you can't leave your bed yet, you lazy thing, I've brought you a gift. Sanquilla placed something carefully on my stomach. It's my laptop, the one I had left at the university. She could not have made me happier, but now, how am I going to be able to type? Your classmates have made a small improvement, announced Sanquilla cheerfully. Voice commands. Remind you of anything? Go on, give it a go. I was all the more willing to give this a try, as I had already adapted some speech recognition software into Mongolian and had created a tutorial to help nomadic children from the steppes and the high mountains to learn and read and write. Our government has made a huge effort to develop cable internet in the country, and all the nomads have to do is plug in their computer and log on to one of several relays scattered throughout the country to work in progress. I am so grateful to have been able to benefit from the free distant MAT courses, and I wanted to help the children in my own country to use this model. It's a lot even, for I mean, thanks to Sankala, the daughter of Dukhan, reindeer herder in the harsh northern Taga, now a university student by her sheer force of will. Her passion for teaching is contagious. Contagious. She is so. Come on, you're not looking at a statue. Get a move on. I comply obediently, blushing under my bruises. Turn it on. The computer obeys immediately, the screen revealing a panoramic image of the classroom at the University of Ula Bator. My classmates cheer excitedly until my teacher, Professor Temujin, appears on screen and silences my friends. We are happy that you are well, he says, nodding. This, he says, pointing at the camera on the wall of the classroom, will mean you won't miss any lessons. Welcome back. Ahem, well, let's continue. He finishes, disappearing from the screen. Ah, the famous Mongolian discretion. But I could tell how happy he was, my dear old teacher. He took me on as his assistant, which allowed me to finance my studies without any cost to my parents, and he never stopped encouraging me. I owe him everything. Sakwala says that as he hasn't had any children, he decided to devote himself to his students, to support them even after they have finished their studies, and so he ended up with an extremely large family, one that is loyal and grateful. Oh, and info icon is flashing on the top of the screen. The search terms I programmed let me filter the endless flow of international news. I open it using a voice command, and live images begin to move. Breaking news: an incredible discovery has delighted the world of paleontologists and natural history researchers. Following the accident involving a teenager in a crevasse in the Altai Mountains in Mongolia, the cryogenically frozen body of a horse encased in ice was discovered and has been identified as a breed probably now long extinct. Its body seems to have been well preserved. Scientists from the Ulaanbaatar University of Scientists have constructed a temporary observation laboratory around the site of the discovery with the help of speleologists. According to the scientists' initial estimates, the horse probably lived 2000 between 2000 and 2500 years ago. The search continues in the mountains to find the body of the potential rider. Hey, it's Jargle, explained Saquilla, suddenly pointing at the handsome young man among the scientists. He's getting better looking all the time. My jaw tightens involuntarily upon hearing the name Jargle. Saquilla's axe, I hate him. That done, Joanne. Sure, he ended up dumping him as he was so notoriously unfaithful, but she still suffered a lot, and I'm afraid she might still have feelings for him. In a rage, I reach out to close down the images, but I am so clumsy with all the bandages that I send the laptop flying. Take it easy, laughs Sagula, putting the laptop back on my stomach. Think about using your voice instead of your fat fingers. Well, I'm going back to class. I'll be back soon. She finishes, planting a kiss as gentle as a butterfly on my cheek. My heart soars like an eagle, beating its wings in the cage that is my chest. Let's hope she can't hear that racket. The next time I see her, I'll definitely confess my love for her. A quiet chuckle from behind my bed caused me to jump. My grandmother shuffles over a cup of tea with salted milk in her hand. She has been sitting behind me in the yard this whole time, with her smile full of wrinkles, as if to represent the many warm memories of her life. She makes me drink very slowly, just like when I was a little kid, and I'm grateful that Mongolian discretion is so legendary, as it saves me having to respond to the teasing I sense in her eyes. So that is the end of chapter 3. Anyway, guys, hope you have a lovely day, and bye.